Welcome back to Tactical Breach Wizards. The last time that we played, we fought against Zan with Zan and Jen in his anxiety dream. So now we are over halfway, I believe. Yeah, we're over halfway through of Act 4. So let's go. Villamedil, the next day. Friends, excuse me if I'm buzzing, but every Medellin kid dreams of sitting at the stone table someday. I dreamt of goring rabbits. All the same, please use coasters. Alright, let's talk counter heist. We've let Reactor believe we have secret tunnels leading into the mines, so they'll send Bori down there to block them off. Assuming that play works, we still have 3 major problems left to solve. Which do we want to tackle first? Well, Bori's not gonna light up that mana vein just cause we asked him to. Well, I've got some thoughts, but you all know him better than me, so I'll put it to you first. Can we turn him? I don't see it. Bori's not a zealot, but he's crap scared of Kennedy. Well, what if we could guarantee his safety? I just don't think he's rational that way. His fear's animal, not calculated. I smell it on him every time I'm canine. Logical argument don't cut through musk that thick. I could just put a gun to his head. His mask is surprisingly tough. I don't think the threat of one shot is gonna make him compliant. So we beat him down first? Steady on. Bori's alright. Anyway, it's a slim needle to thread. Weak enough to fear death, but sharp enough to cast fireworks. I'm also not wild about using pain and fear to control people. You know, I mean, if we can avoid it. It's not unworkable, but I don't love it for plan A. We could take down Liv first. If step 1 of your plan is to take down Liv Kennedy, step 2 is fanfiction. Don't get me wrong, I'd take another whack at her, but I make a point not to underestimate the same mark twice. Agreed. It is our highest risk objective. We cannot let the rest of the plan presume its success. I can just stand near what you want him to burn. Could that work? Is there splash on his spell? I mean, a little. But, doll, his fire's worse than it sounds. Your armor won't help. You'd pass out in seconds. Doll shrugs. It's a fair point. We shouldn't throw our only armor at the one thing it's weak to. Didn't hear any other volunteers. I mean, if you want him to burn someone we don't like, I go canine, he goes feral. Explain. My bite's worse than my bark. Makes anyone see red. If I turn him rabid, he'll torch his own mom if she gets too close. Interesting. But tactically, we've got a lot more control over our own positioning than the enemy's. Not necessarily. Everyone looks at Banks. Falling into a death's door was educational. Did some experiments. Let's just say I can move anyone we like to anywhere I can put a door. And you can put those in any wall? Long as I have a clear shot? Well, that makes putting a target in front of the vein significantly easier. This actually sounds workable. I want to grill you both on the nitty-gritty of those powers later, but I'm ready to call that a plan. We send Banks and Rion down to the mines. I don't need a lot of persuading to put a necromancer in the same room as the one guy we absolutely need alive. That sounds awfully complicated. Oh, I like the change of the pictures. Look at their faces down here. What's next? How do we burn the mana stockpile in the vault? So, the stockpile's in the vault, right above the mines. It's 300,000 kilos of triple density refined mana, enough to make a global superpower with Reactor's tech. If we win the war, beat Liv, and burn the mana vein, we can eventually destroy it ourselves. But given the stakes, we don't want the fate of the world riding on that string of long shots all landing. We've got a guy who can burn it in the building. Let's get it burned. Can we get Bori up to the vault? I think we covered all the ways of moving Bori last meeting, and the only one we liked took 24 hours and a misinformation ploy. Even if we had that kind of time, it would clash with our first lie. Can we get the stockpile down to the mines? Not through the corridors, logistically. But if we blew out the floor? Interesting. I mean, it's not well supported. It's built over an old shaft, but the floor itself is sedenite. I've got no portable munitions that can punch through that. How thick is, not thick? less than half a meter. Jen? Oh, you want to try a roof breach? Elaborate. Well, the breach spell we use on doors, with the right reagents, there's no reason I can't inscribe a bigger version on a roof or a floor and punch the whole thing out. What would you need? Well, how much brimstone, stranglethorn, and snake blood do you have on hand? Our arcanist gets in tomorrow. I'll text her your requirements. Well, it's gonna take like a fat adult python's worth of snake blood. She'll have the snake blood. Well, I probably need some backup. Right. Tactical priorities? Well, I'll need to get around the room fast to scribe the glyphs, and I can't afford to focus on combat. Mobility support and raw damage. Dull? I'm in. For a heist planning meeting, we really breezed past how we got into the vault. We're expecting Reactor to lock down the mana vault pretty tight, but they've never bothered with a gold vault. They're not short of cash, but they don't know the two are connected. It's not on the blueprints, that's your in. Well, alright. I think I can take it from there. Done. Jen and Dahl sneak into the vault, blow the floor out. The mines team can take it from there. Oh my gosh, this is a true heist. Oh, look at that! The assignment, I love it. So you can see who's assigned to it. You've got Dahl, you've got Jen, you got all of them, yeah? What's next? Well, we gotta figure out what to do about Liv. Well, you know her better than anyone. What's our best shot, Zan? All of us at once. It's the only thing we haven't tried yet. I'm open to that, but we have to torch the mana first. Won't work. The minute she gets word of any of us on site, she'll be there to handle it personally. He's not wrong. She don't trust Reactor grunts to handle anyone with craft. Well, I can't sign any version of this where torching the mana depends on beating Kennedy first. With the greatest respect, your history with her doesn't convince me you can win that fight. That's fair, honestly. What about rank and file? Sheer numbers. Non-starter. Like dropping pups in a wood chipper. Sure, there's a theoretical tonnage of bones, but eventually jam it, but we're definitely looking for a force depletion estimate that does not involve the phrase theoretical tonnage of bones. Rion? Could you get to her before the heist? How long have I got? Tonight? And where is she now? We don't know. And how fast can she move? Starting to realize these questions are rhetorical. Clocked it. I'm slick as the next prick, but no pricks that slick. Hey, do any of yours have relevant craft, Moss? We've got a fireball guy. She'll dodge it. Case of skin like a tank. She'll blow past them. Mia can speak to cats? Situational, at best. Baz can freeze time. Oh, hello. For everyone. What does that mean? Him too. So we can't do anything when time is frozen? Right. So in what sense is time frozen? I've been meaning to circle back on that. Alright, well, a fascinating chat with Baz to be had there at some point, but he's not sounding like the live-killing hyper-wizard we're after. Would it be fair to summarize the rest of your list in terms of the original question as a no? Not unfair. Well, what about a distraction? You said she'll run to any of us when we show up, so what if we start with a decoy? Look, the problem with a chronomancer is nothing distracts her for long. You might. What does that mean? Veska, she's got a block on you. She should have killed you 10 times over by now, but she keeps stopping short. Look, we've got history, but I think that rope runs out real fast if I get in her invasion gears. You vex her, mate. She talks like she's got something left to prove to you. Knows what? If you push her buttons, drum up a Barney, she ain't leaving that pissing match to handle us randos. She's in it till she bodies you. Villains do love speeches. Sake, is that really our strategy? Well, I mean, he's actually onto something. Conversation's the only thing she can't do instantly. Can't win an argument without waiting for a reply. And I've still got blink charms left. The rest of us could blink in to back you up as soon as the mana's torched. Well, that's a yes from our 2 live experts, and it doesn't jeopardize the burn, so it's a yes from me. Zan, let's put you on the roof, furthest thing from the mines. Once she shows, keep her talking, keep your pulse. Everyone else will blink in when they've done their jobs. Hey, you've got a chopper. Not that we can use for this. Can't you just blink up there? Not without a friendly to blink to, but you can use my broom. Can I? I mean, like, you know, physically, can I? We'll make it work. Talk to me later. Oh my god. What about who's left? What's next? You know, this might actually be a plan. I'm as surprised as you are. Let's sleep on it before we get too excited. We might have just talked too long and lost our minds. At last. All right, so we've got some choices to make, yeah? So for this, I kind of already thought this one through. I'd like to get Refreshing Jolt number 2. That's going to allow us to static blast endlessly as long as we can keep shooting people with it. So that seems phenomenal. And that's for Jen. For Zan, I mean, it doesn't have too many left. So I'm kind of thinking that out of all of them, it would be really, really cool if we could maybe have the false prophet shoot at the enemy every time he uses his main attack. That could be quite a damage amplifier. I'll probably forget to use it, but hey, it would be kind of cool. And then we've got Dessa. Dessa's got, let's do Big Head. There were a few times where we could have tagged everybody if we let it bounce around and we had a bigger surface, but now we do. And then we've got Doll. I would say swapping with objects would be phenomenal because we haven't been able to do that. It's just been organics. And then lastly, we've got Rion. Let's go with Pressurize. So for the Spore Bomb, +1 knockback per target. That seems grand. The Central Reserve, above the Mana Mines. That's so cool. The mines, the vault, and the roof. Do we get to choose which one we do first? Oh, that's awesome. I'm assuming if we chose the roof first, we would actually be, probably it would assume everyone's done already, but I guess we just click play anywhere. And we start at the vault. Drop the stash. All right, so we got to drop out the floor, I believe, yeah? Gold vault. This should be the easy one. Just have to make sure no one hits an alarm. Well, the intel didn't make it look like easy. Don't sweat it. I'll get you there. Oh my god, that's a lot of gold bars. So right now we've got officers here. We've got 2 officers which can hit the alarm. We've got multiple rocket heavy turrets out here. And it seems like we've got 1 door control panel. Jen, finish by the end of turn 3. Doll, deal 10 slam damage with 1 charge. All team members must reach the green zone. Do not let anyone sound the alarm. We've only got 1 breachway, I believe. So let's go in and breach. And let's see what we got. So we've got the 2 officers. I'm not really seeing any sort of, other than the security doors and the turrets, I'm not really seeing any sort of reinforcements. This is going to, I guess, cause a little extra damage. So if we tuck on in, we get the charge off. I was trying to think, because we will get our point refunded, which is phenomenal. We could also charge again. We have to hit one of the officers in order to make that happen. We could always swap. Can we swap with a heavy turret? Oh my gosh, we can. Okay, that's terrifying. That's cool. I'd like to figure out a way for Doll maybe to be able to, you know, if we went here, charged in, and then we charge in on the opposite, as long as we're impacting with the enemy, then we should be okay to continue to charge. So I mean, that's kind of nice, but we didn't finish the enemy. We'll just keep slamming into this guy over and over and over till he goes down. It doesn't really matter, right? We could hit, but I think the spike's gonna hurt us a little. Nope, it saved our bacon. The armor was able to take it. We could charge again, and then we can sensor slam to finish. That clears one of the turrets. We've got Jen. She can chain bolt, so she'll get on in. She can static blast to finish. We can move again. And I was thinking maybe she'd be able to static blast again. Oh, that's if you get more actions. We would need Zan to be able to do that to its best. Okay, so that's good to know. I think this guy is currently stunned, so we can't do anything for another turn. So let's just hold right here. We'll get Doll, and we will just end the turn. There we go. So that's all clear. Doll will be able to get on in, trigger the laptop. We'll go ahead and get Jen, so she'll shot to finish here. And then it's about getting closer. I guess a nice thing is we can also swap with objects even if we can't see them. So, I mean, that's helpful, I suppose, but not right now. So let's charge through. Now they got line on us. We'll go in and toss out a block and we'll raise it. But they still got us. Okay, never mind. Never mind. Let's hold. So we're going to get the farthest distance possible. We'll toss a block behind. We'll charge on through. Slam that guy. Actually, you know what's going to help us out? Take a look at this. Can we throw the block all the way back here? Look how far that is, right? So if we charge now, do we have sufficient distance to clear? We do. Now we can swap with the block way out here, and then we can go ahead and charge the other turret just like that. That's awesome. And we can charge again, and that gets Doll into the green and clears one of the turrets, so that's phenomenal. I guess it's just a matter of how is Jen going to do this, right? So we'll grab the intel. She can always chain bolt if she needs to, but doesn't seem like anything's going to be targeting her here. The big thing is that Jen's able to get out by the end of turn 3, and it is turn 3, so unfortunately she doesn't have it. We could riot block and then move again, but yeah, that's not it. I mean, I guess we can tuck up, take cover, hold. So we've failed Jen's optional, but hey, that's all right. They actually have reinforcements, but doesn't seem like we can really do too much there. You know, we can swap with Jen. Then Doll will come through. Jen will... Oh, I wish I could move. Can I static blast Doll? So I just static blast Doll. That allows Jen to get out of the way. Then Doll can go ahead and charge the very end. And now we're in the green. There we go. Oh my gosh. Awesome. It was a little bit wonky, but we made it through. No problem. All right. We have 4 glyphs. I can do 4 glyphs. Can you do everything else? Trivial. God, she's confident. I love that. So we got to get Jen to all these 4 different locations. Inscribe breaching glyphs at each of the 4 corners of the stash. Jen, don't even bother to take down Steve. Doll, inflict 6 total damage from enemies hitting your riot block. Oh, nice. We're going to go in and breach. What enemies are we going to be hitting with the block, though? You know, so we've got a turret. We've got reinforcements. We have a neutralizer field. We have a tracker. And of course, we got Steve, and the barrier drone is just protecting Steve, so we don't care about Steve. All right. And in the distance here, in theory, we could get over here and turn off, or I guess hack one of the turret control. We'd have to open up with a laptop in order to do so. So let's see what we got. Got a guy behind. Let's start with Jen, because I have a feeling some of the swapping is kind of how we're going to make this all work. So if we get in with Jen, welcome, Ms. Kellen, to our final showdown. Oh, I don't have time for this, Steve. Oh, you have time to die. Doll, on it. Yeah, Doll's going to take care of business. We'll place the breach glyph just as point number 1, right? We've got our static blast. We can just hit anything. It doesn't even really matter. I mean, I guess we'll hit the neutralizer field. I like dealing a little bit of damage to that. And if we come around the corner, at least Jen can pick up some mana if she wants, but I kind of feel like the swap using mana is a little more bang for the buck, right? So if I really want to get in here with Doll, but she'll take unnecessary damage from the tracker. So let's just hold. So that's turn 1. Like total line of sight breaks. So we've got our chaser, we've got the shotgunner, the drone has been deployed. I love that Doll can swap with anybody, which is just insane to me. So if we end up swapping with Steve, oh, but see, we're out of mana. We could move over, grab the mana, and then swap with the chaser. So what's he going to do now? You know what I mean? He doesn't do anything. He's stuck in the box. That's so hilarious. I don't think that's what we're supposed to do, but I mean, that's pretty hilarious. I think that's awesome. Well, let's get on over with Jen. She'll place the breach glyph. We can Gale Grenade and push. What's that do for us? Not too much. If we swap with Steve, we're inside and we can hack the turret. So let's swap. We'll get on over. We'll hack that turret. That's going to turn him around to the closest. We'll get Jen, who can static blast the chaser, static blast the... Ooh, let's static blast the operator. It's going to push it next to Doll, which is great. And we can get on over to the middle, take cover here. There's a hit, and Doll can sensor slam the operator, drop in the drone, which is great. And if she wants, she can even throw the riot block and raise the riot block. There we go. So let's foresee. That stops the tracker from shooting Doll. All right, so Steve went out. End turn. Chaser's currently occupied with the turret, so he'll take out the turret, no problem. So Doll can pick up the riot block. Jen can static blast the chaser. Just to make sure we save the turret, which is on our side. We can move up, grab the intel. Now we got the mana for swap. We can swap with a shotgunner, who then can't go anywhere, which is kind of cool. We could swap with Steve. Will that help us? Well, actually, no. Let's swap with the medic temporarily. We'll go in and grab the intel so we can swap again. We'll go in and charge up on the door. That'll allow us to seal the door with Doll. There we go. If we swap back with a medic now, medic is just going to go ahead and pick this guy off. So we can get on over. We can grab the intel. Well, I guess the chaser's coming back on up, at least for now, yeah? So we'll throw the riot block directly to the south and raise it. There we go. So at least Doll's not getting shot. That's a plus. Jen's in a spot where she can kind of push people around if she wants to. I mean, we can start working the tracker. Well, let's get Jen to take cover, and here we go. Foresee. Big hit on the medic. Chaser's back on up. Let's go. Big problem is Doll's stuck in here, right? No, Doll's not. Get Jen. She can chain bolt, hit the chaser, the medic, and yeah, I guess the neutralizer field. And then we can start working our way through all the rest of these guys for 2 mana. That clears out a lot of the guys. Let's pick up the riot block. We'll swap with Steve. That now clears Jen. So how do we get down here with everybody else? I mean, Jen is under attack right now, right? We could Gale Grenade and at least push these guys, but yeah, let's try and do that just to break line of sight a little bit. If we have Jen, she can move on down, but then I think they'll see her. They do. But place breach glyph. We've got the Gale Grenade and hit these guys. That clears the way. And then we've got Doll, who is just going to start to locate south. There we go. Let's hold. Cars through, hit the turret, end turn. There we go. Big heavy. And we got the shotgunner. We do have the diffuse mine. We've got the static blast. Chain bolt. Chain bolt. Let's push. Super heavy. Finish neutralizer field. Push the shotgunner through the mine. That might be a play. And he cleared the mine for us, so that's phenomenal. Now let's see if maybe Doll can take care of business. I'm pretty sure she can. But obviously we'll get hit along the way. So what we're going to do is have Jen... I mean, we'll get out of the way, basically. We'll take cover. We'll have Doll. Doll will charge, hit the shotgunner, clear the shotgunner, and we'll charge off to the corner. Then throw out the riot block. Oh, no, Jen's being shot, but Jen takes 1 hit. All right, let's do it. There we go. Jen takes 1. We'll end the turn. Another shotgunner. Another mine. Okay. Okay. Well, let's get Jen down. She'll place the last breach glyph. Excellent. Now we all have to get to the green zone. It's that mine. It's the mine that I'm worried about right now. We could get here. We could charge through the mine. We only take 1 point of damage, so I guess that's not too bad. I mean, that works. That totally works. And Jen can static blast Steve just to get more movement. We get on over. We take cover. That leaves Doll. We can throw a riot block next to Jen. Swap with a riot block for C. And Doll is dead. Okay, well that's not... Can Doll stop this? It's the whole diagonal thing that I don't like. Oh, that stopped it. That's great. Here, let's go in for C. Single shot to Jen. Cars go through. We're good. And the nice thing is, we should be able to get... We'll get Doll into the green. We will swap with Jen. We can defuse the mine. And then we can swap with Jen. And then Jen can get over below the vault floor. Oh, there we go. High five. Oof, man, that was a little bit rough. Yeah. Oh boy, that was all over the place. I think what we've got to do now is go to the mines and burn the mana stash, and then we can get to go to the roof. Yeah. So Zan's on the roof. We got to go to the mines. What do we got? Ignite the source. Smells like bleach and weed down here. Beryllium calcite. Loses the odor when it's refined into mana. Shame, it's a grower. Don't breathe it in unless you want a surge of arcane power and bronchial problems for 6 to 9 months. Could go either way on that if I'm honest. Oh boy, it's like one of the special guys. Well, fortunately we do have, I guess, Rion with us, so we can do the whole shredding of armor thing. But you know what? We can also use Death's Door and Death's Floor. Use Death's Floor to teleport Banks at least 10 tiles. Okay, so we gotta move through it. Run at least 10 tiles as a dog. All right. I mean, we could start with Brittling Dart. We can Impaling Vine, which will deal 1. We could also help out with, let's say, Sedative Cocktail. That makes things worse. Banks has a ton of mana, so we're going to steal that mana. I think that's what we got to do. We can Brittling Dart again. Let's Impaling Vine. That's a huge, huge hit. And if we Spore Bomb... High five. There we go. That's awesome. And we can maybe Rabid Bite the medic. Well, we got Banks leave cover. We'll transference from ourselves all the way over to the Chaser. And now let us foresee. And he kills himself. Fantastic. They don't want to hit a dog, so that's great. So let's go in and steal from Banks. And we'll get on over and hack the turret. We will Brittling Dart the... Oh, can we not Brittling Dart the medic? Interesting. Well, tell you what. Let's maybe Spectral Skull the guy. Oh, that is much bigger. Multiple Spectral Skulls. That's phenomenal. If we foresee he's going to shoot. Yep, perfect. Never mind. Turret's got it. Let's hold. We got to move. Got Shotgunner. We got a Chaser. We're going to place a door. Well, we do have Rion for Impaling Vine. That works too. So Death's Door was not necessary. Let's take that back. I mean, moving. Rion's Impaling Vine. We'll go ahead and shift. Got Sedative Cocktail. Let's push the guy. And he needs a little bit more. Well, we can Spore Bomb just to finish. Although I guess we don't need to because the turret's going to help us out. So let's go in and foresee. There we go. Perfect. It's on our side. Hang tight. We're going to move and breach to the green. That leaves Banks. And Banks is going to move straight into the green. I guess that's it. And then we got Rion in. Perfect. Actually, not too bad. Not too bad. We'll take it. Phenomenal. Ooh, my gosh, that's quite a stash. Mana Motherload should be right in there. Alright, so you bite body. Body takes aim at some goon. I move said goon to the vein, and the vein gets caught in the fireball. Well, that's my grasp of it, give or take. Too many moving parts for my taste. Speaking of, how are you going to move the goon? Death's door. Once I open one, I can dump anyone out of it now. It takes mana though, so save some dust for me. And remind me why you're biting him. One chomp will send him rabid, that way the sucker who stands in front of the vein and takes a fireball to the face doesn't have to be one of us. And what's the plan if we can't get the right goon in the wrong place? Well, last resort, you or Muggins has got to stand there and bait out the shot. Bagsy, not me. How close to the vein does his shot have to land? Bori's not a precision implement. As long as a chump's standing in front of it, it'll catch and we're good. Okay. This makes as much sense as it's ever going to make. Breach. Alright, what do we got? Okay, so we actually have militia members here as well. The traitor! Bad dog. Come on, Bori, mate. You know lives mad as a bag of spanners. You can still walk away. I did. Then she killed you? He's got me there. This is pointless. Just turn him. No? Prefer not? Well, you've had the bark. Just leaves the bite. Trick the pyromancer into igniting the primary mana vein. Banks, keep 3 militia soldiers alive. Oh, there's 3? I only see 2. Okay. Unless we get more. Cause a total of 15 bonus damage with brittle. Cumulative. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, let's see. What do we got? We get all the way up like this so we can see everybody. If we Impaling Vine on the shotgunner, we can clear 1. We can Brittling Dart to clear gas mask. And then if we Rabid Bite... Now he's targeting his ally as well. Okay, that's perfect. He's targeting his ally. So... I guess what we could do... We could put Death's Door. Like so. I guess like right on the mana reserve. And use Death's Floor on the shotgunner who's over here now. Perfect for C. Oh no! Our militia members finished the job. That's not what we want. What if we go transference on the shotgunner and send it to Steve? Or send it to the pyromancer. High five, there it is. Oh, that's excellent. So what happens to the mana vein now? Is that it? Survive till Jen and Doll arrive. Oh my gosh, okay. That's a rough one. I don't even know when. We got Rion, we got a Spore Bomb. We can Brittling Dart on the big guy. We can Impaling Vine if we're in the right spot. Impaling Vine. There we go. So we drop the big guy. We can Sedative Cocktail. Good impact. Let's just pull around the back. How are we doing for C? Oh, and there's the floor. Excellent. The floor fell on him. Oh, that's awesome. Now we've got 3 militia members. And it looks like Jen... Resurrect Jen and Doll. That's why? Oh my gosh. If we came out this way and resurrected Doll, we can't. But we can on Jen, so... Alright, we just need line of sight. Jen is up. Let's... Chain... Chain... And chain. Perfect. Let's gain more distance. We can Spore Bomb. Big hit. I think I might just Spore Bomb again. Just to clear the way. And we're going to steal mana from Banks. We can Brittling Dart on the less lethal Pyromancer. And let's hold. Good impacts. Oh, he's out. Perfect. Excellent. We got a heavy. Reactor tracker. All right, Banks. Resurrect Doll. All right, everyone's resurrected. Phenomenal. Use blink out to extract one wizard per turn to join the final fight on the roof. Blink out. Okay, so we got to get everybody out, right? Blink out. Oh, whoops. Didn't mean to do that. I thought maybe she was going to blink out one of our friends instead. See, we've got a bounce on Banks. If we Impaling Vine, that's not it. So, well, what we can do is do a swap with Doll. And that's going to allow Rion to now pull the Heavy Gunner. Excellent. For C, hold. Wow, we got 4 militia now. So what do we got? We got Doll, we have Banks. Let's get Rion. Britling Dart. Britling Dart. Britling Dart. Throw the Riot Block. And charge. Clear to Chaser. I kind of just want to blink out with Doll. Sedative Cocktail. Now if we Impaling Vine, how far does he go? He goes pretty far. And let's just take cover and foresee. After Banks. All right. Here we go. Oh yeah, our allies. I forgot about that. Excellent. We'll tell you what, let's have Spectral Skull, although, okay. Let's blink out. Rion Impaling Vine. Hold. And that just means Rion needs to blink out now, right? High five, there we go. Wow. We did it. High five. And 3 were left. That's awesome. I didn't know how that was going to work. So that actually means everyone made it out. They died. They were resurrected. They fell on a roof. They fell on the enemy. And now we're back on the roof. And we're all here to take on Liv up there with Zan. So that's pretty darn awesome. So not too shabby. Engage Kennedy. I don't like this. Engage Kennedy and have a conversation. All team members must reach the green zone. Extinguish at least 3 signal flares. Too late to shake the chopper, but let's not attract any more. Finish by the end of turn 4. Okay, we've got just San. He's got a super powered 3-bolt burst that's insane. And he now has more knockback. Look at that, that's insane. All right, take a shot. Just knock that guy right off. He'll move. He'll extinguish the signal flare. We can false prophet as well, but let's just take cover and we'll hold. We got another. Honestly, we take... Oh boy, that guy moved. Feel like we're better off taking the big guys out. We'll shift up. We'll extinguish the signal flare. We can... If we predictive bolt, we'll get shot, so... But not if we false prophet and extinguish another flare. Look at that, and he takes a shot. I forgot about that upgrade. That's phenomenal. And we can even predictive bolt right there for C. Guy drops in. Gets hit. Excellent. High five. There we go. 3-bolt burst. Give him the shot. Knock him out. Get a move on. Extinguish the signal flare. False prophet. Extinguish another. False prophet. Extinguish another. Excellent. Oh, that's it. Okay. Hold. Oh, they got a medic. They got a medic. If we got here, and we false prophet here, we can 3-bolt. Oh, there it is. There it is. And we can even predictive bolt. Hold. Guy lands. Gets hit. Drops the guy. And now it's we're moving. We're moving. We're moving. And now we control the entire field. Look at him go. Predictive bolt. Hold. High five. That was awesome. We didn't finish by end of turn 4, but that was awesome. We got every single signal flare. For sake, Zan. I gave you so many chances not to die to this, and you just keep bumbling back into the kill zone. Look, I've been taking you a lot less seriously since my friends all waltzed out of your last kill zone. You gotta stop remembering things the way you wish they happened, old man. Alright, so she has 4 death clones, not 50. Find a way past Liv's defenses. Experiment, combine abilities, watch the swap marker, and rewind liberally. Defeat Liv Kennedy, 4 clones remaining. Hit Liv with Predictive Bolt, hit Liv with Chain Bolt, hit Liv with Transference, use swap to cause damage to Liv, hit Liv with a Spore Bomb. Okay. Well, I mean, 3 Bolt Burst, that'll deal damage. Let's take it. Liv has learned your swap spell and it makes a nasty combo with her lightning reflexes. Whenever you target her with an attack, she'll swap with someone or something else before it hits. Watch for the purple circle beneath what she intends to swap with and experiment. Okay, purple circle. She's gonna swap with a stun barrel. Interesting, okay. Well, if we were to, let's say, throw out a false prophet, they will take a shot, right? We can toss it maybe here. So there's the swap. She's going to swap with our false prophet. So we can move and we can Predictive Bolt here. But, oh, interesting. Okay, I get pushed right off. That's not good. Well, tell you what, if we get on the backside here, extinguish the signal flare, and we take cover, then it's just going to focus. And she ends up kind of dinging herself and stunning herself. So that's phenomenal. I like it. Oh, there we go. And here comes, I want to say Jane. I picked up your little spark trick. Fun beginner spell. Look, I'm back, and it's only about 30% personal. Then it's 65% political and 5% repressed desire to actualize my power in a way that's mostly ethical but subconsciously motivated by hoping it'll make me feel special and valid. Oh my god, did you think we were having a conversation? Alright, so now we've got Jen, and Jen has hit Liv with Chain Bolt. Okay, so if we were to Chain Bolt from here, we could go through the tracker, big hit here. We could, I'd almost like to get rid of these things. So let's get rid of the canisters so she can't interact with them. We'll go in and hit Liv. She swaps with Zan. Okay, I mean, we could Gale Grenade and maybe just push Zan a little this direction, which is nothing too bad. And then we push Zan, he'll be near the edge. But then Zan can extinguish a signal flare, it doesn't do too much. I guess he can Predictive Bolt out this way. And Jen could just sort of get behind cover and we'll end turn. Kind of wasted the Gale Grenade, but that's alright. Alright, so Doll's out. The you doing here? I won your little revolt for you, didn't I? I can't think of anything else that might bring 300 pounds of armored vengeance to your door. Oh, did I kill you in that sewer scrap too? I wasn't keeping track. Find a way past Liv's defenses. Defeat Liv Kennedy, 4 clones remaining. Hit Liv with Transference. Doll, use swap to cause damage to Liv. Oh, that's interesting. How does that gonna work? Jen's gonna get hit no matter what. So, I mean, it's almost like we should get on over, extinguish the signal flare, static blast. That's just going to push Doll, which is fine. So we might as well get Jen to get more mana here. She'll extinguish another signal flare, take cover. We got Zan. He can head out this way, extinguish another signal flare. We'll go in and place a Predictive Bolt out this way. And then we've got Doll, who's going to throw the riot block. Raise the block height. Now she's going to target Doll. Well, not if she gets right behind. And apparently she's going to arc through and ding Jen. How's that going to deal? Ooh, that sucks. Okay. Well, if we pick up the riot block and charge, she's going to switch with Zan. That doesn't help. Wow, she's challenging. It makes me want to just not care and resurrect when we get Banks back. You know what I mean? Let's get Zan back, because right now he's Predictive Bolting, right? Well, we can swap with our ally, like so. And then we can move through. We can sensor slam like the canister, maybe get rid of it so that it's not an option on the field. And if we were to swap, maybe throw the riot block. I'm pretty sure she can chain through anyway. Yeah, look, she can chain right back. Zan can get on over and take cover. And then she just focuses purely on Doll instead. I mean, that might be the best. Let's foresee. Just a little push. That's nothing. That's nothing at all. Hold. All right, so Heavy's out. Banks is here. Explosives go out. Oh, look. Here comes the med school dropout who couldn't finish a simple job. You die on this roof, Liv. I think you know that. And when I'm the only person on Earth who can bring you back, I'm gonna think back to our time in Liberty. You think I'm here to beg for my life? Take a better look at the state of play, kid. So what we can do, lower the block height. We'll have Banks put transference on Jen and switch it back to Liv. Then we can have 3-bolt burst on Liv. Suffer clone created. There we go. High five. We got one. Excellent. We could put a death's door maybe by an explosive or something, or predictive bolt. Ooh, predictive bolt. Let's get out here. We're going to go ahead and extinguish the signal flare. We will then predictive bolt towards the wall. We'll go ahead and place death's door on the wall. And we're going to death's floor on Liv. Oh no, that didn't work the way I thought. We can swap with Jen. We can then move over with Doll. Give him a charge. That'll only ding for 1. So we could swap with Jen, walk up, sensor slam, shot to finish. That'll do it. Yeah. And now if we foresee... Oh, I forgot about Banks. Banks can move, so let's clear the way. And foresee. There we go. End turn. Oh, she swaps and the predictive bolt doesn't trigger anything. But Rion's here, so that's a plus. There she is. We still got a contract to thrash out, Kennedy. And I don't think you're gonna like the kill fee. You guys hired my dog. Did you lose a frisbee? Oh, they can't afford me. Killing you's more of a hobby project. I guess it's hard to find paying work after that amateur tantrum you threw in Kaylan. Okay, so now everyone's on tap. We got to figure out how to do this. So hit Liv with a spore bomb. This is rough because she's always going to swap with someone, right? So what are the tricks here? If we Britling dart, let's get it on the super heavy. We need to control them if possible. We've got rabid bite. We could try to bite our own. We could bite the super heavy. He's hostile to anybody now. We got Zan. He 3-bolt burst. He's just going to hit Jen. If we false prophet next door, he'll get the shot and nail the super heavy. And oh my god, high five. That works out pretty well. We can at least tuck up. There's that. We can change form now. Impaling Vine. I mean, there's Jen. She's got... Diffuse Mine's the only thing I can think of. We can't even, like, chain bolt through it, so we'll go ahead and diffuse that mine. We'll get around to the backside. We'll take cover. Zan's currently being targeted. I guess if we do this, we could drop out our false prophet. So there is that. And now we're right next door. If we got Banks to sedative cocktail, then she gets hit. Now, Rion obviously is now poisoned, and that's not great, but we're able to take out one of the clones with the predictive bolt. Is there any other way we can do that a little less violently? We're going to start over. We're going with false prophet. This is going to knock out the super heavy. There we go. We are then going to do a swap with Liv, which is going to get her on the wall. We'll then have Banks do a death's door to swap in with Rion. I wanted to take the predictive bolt, place it this way, And then we're going to go ahead and static blast to live. There we go. So, I mean, we're just constantly predictive bolting the guy for tick damage. So we got Rion. He can Rabid Bite. We don't have any more transference. The sedative cocktail's not going to do it. Let's move back, grab the flare, Death's Floor, move live. It's interesting that we can move live and she doesn't treat that as a hostile action. She doesn't swap around. If I did a Spectral Skull right here, she'll swap and will kill Rion. But Death's Floor, that's not it. That's not an issue, right? We could always resurrect another live. That would be so odd. We could totally resurrect another live. Well, let's get Doll ready to close. We can swap with live. That'll just get her up on the wall. And now we got Rion. We can Brittling Dart, which is going to swap with Doll. We can Rabid Bite, which is going to swap with Doll. We can Spore Bomb. How does Spore Bomb trigger? I kind of wish we could move with Doll. Let's just foresee and we'll hold. So we get a new guy here. Look around you, Liv. You're twice the caster I ever was, and you're losing this. You've spurned every possible ally, and now you're standing on a rooftop with no friends in a plan that can't work. I have a global armed response force and unlimited funds. You have amateurs in hats. Look, the militia have cut off reactor supply lines across Medeal. It's over. I know for a fact they haven't, and not just because I cursed you to say lie each time that you lie. God damn it. That's what that was? Oh, I should have read lie. Yeah, she's got 2 more clones. 2 more clones. They're all close together, right? So if we can get her to target Doll, that's going to be great, because then we can throw out a Spore Bomb, whoever she's going to target. So if we're going to throw a Spore Bomb right now, she's... Oh, actually, we can Spore Bomb like this. It should be fine. Oh, that's excellent. I mean, it wasn't a kill with it, so that's good to know. We can do it again. High five. There we go. Excellent. And then Doll is use swap to cause damage to live. So this is the last live. So they had to be close. If we had to swap to cause damage to live, I mean, the best way to do it is honestly to... The best way to do it is if you were to maybe... How do you swap to cause damage to live? I'm gonna guess if there was like an explosive, right? So we could swap with Banks? No? I mean, that's something, but... Well, tell you what. Let's get Zan. He can shift out of the explosive, shot on the heavy gunner, and then we will false prophet shot. And that's awesome. That's so crazy. Can't believe it. We got Jen. I mean, we're not in a position to predictive bolt that landing point, but the knockback on his ability is insane now. So if we move and get some distance, we could charge in, but we're just going to hit Banks. We can Death's Floor and always move live. I think that's so crazy that we can do that. It makes me want to put like a cloud of poison and then move her in, but I don't think anything works that way, unfortunately. So gosh, it makes me just want to pass, you know what I mean? So we got Rion. Let's just move Rion out the way and almost just hold here. Another super heavy, but we can push him right off. Look, the mana veins are already burning, Liv. In a couple of hours, the resource you're here for will be gone forever. How much weight do you think I give the claims of the guy who forgot the pivotal failure of his career? Come on, can't we just fight to the death without getting personal? Fine by me. Well, she's got this last clone. We could do the predictive bolt thing. So if we get on over with Zen and predictive bolt here, and then we death door her, is that gonna do it? Enemy. So we got a good hit in. We definitely got a good hit in. We could get Rion. Ooh, defuse the mine. Getting closer. And then sedative cocktail. That will kind of do. That'll kind of do. Now we've got false prophet to push the super heavy and then shot. Excellent. So we just cleared the super. That's so cool. That is so cool. I don't know if we have any new AoEs, right? I mean, we could chain bolt through the 2 targets. Yeah. And just go like that. High five. There we go. Kennedy to Gaddon. Send up the big guns. 0 clones remaining. Oh, I thought that was it. Oh, crap. So Rion's down. Okay. Well, all right. The big guns, huh? We're talking about these. This door cannot be sealed. All right. Well, let's at least get into position here. Hold. We got Jen. Jen will tuck up. We will take cover. We've got... Banks can't take cover. We've got Zan. He can 3-bolt burst, but it's going to be swapped with Zen. So Zan. So let's... Or Jen. So let's hold for C and go. So we got Shotgunner. We should have 2 super heavies in. And we've got 1 last on live. So obviously we killed our guy. We need mana. So, I mean, we could grab this. We got a Spectral Skull. We got a Sedative Cocktail. We got Resurrect, but we're not close enough. If we do a charge, we're in the wrong place. So let's just get on through and just keep slamming away at these big guys. That's awesome. And we're going to charge. As long as we keep impacting with a person, this works out well-ish. But obviously, it'd be working better if we had the Sedative Cocktail on him instead. So let's hold for a second. We can Sedative Cocktail... Oh, no, they're not close enough yet. So we'll get in on a charge. We do need to take care of them. Now we've got Banks. Sedative Cocktail. We'll hit the 2. They're easier to push around now. And we could charge again. Shot. Beautiful. We can, I guess, we're too close to charge, so sensor slam. That's that. Okay. And we got Jen. She can chain bolt. I guess we'll pop one off on the shotgunner. We'll pass one through to Doll and hit the big guys. We can static blast to the reactor super heavy. That's great. And then that allows us to move. We'll take cover here. And we got Zan. Well, I mean, golly. If we shoot here, we're going to shoot Jen. We can swap. That lets Zan get 3-bolt burst on their friend. And I think that guy... I don't remember if he goes down right away or not. So let's just... Oh, boy. Well, let's move down. We can't get a predicted bolt here. Take cover. It's on Banks. So if we swap with Liv, we're going to swap with Jen. And now she shoots through all of us. Wow. Doll has so much mana. It's insane. Well, if we foresee, nasty hit there, and he drops Doll before he goes down. So, oh, that's a rough one. Let's reset this turn. So far, we have almost everybody except for Rion, which is a bit of a problem. I wish Banks could steal mana, but she kind of has to pick it up right now, right? So we can, again, the Sedative Cocktail. Let's see, we've got the... We don't have enough for False Prophets, unfortunately. Let's get a charge. That'll push them together. We'll get sedative cocktail. Pop that off. Hit the 2. We'll be able to pick up mana if we need to. We've got Jen, so we will blink and bounce all the way around. But it looks like Doll is blocking line of sight. So, I mean, we could always get a bigger run up, get the push there, and then charge all the way back even farther, harder, and just drop that guy entirely, which is insane. I'm curious if we were to charge all the way to the edge. I don't think we're going to go over, right? So that's kind of neat. I'll tell you what. If we 3-bolt burst, we don't have it. If we got Doll, I mean, she could charge over to the corner. And we've got... Man. Banks can move. Banks can pick up the signal flare. Now she's got the resurrect, which is great. But she needs another action. Well, guess what? Oh, no, not another action. Zahn doesn't really have any place to hide. Jen can relocate. And she can static blast. Still not enough. Oh, it is enough. Okay, excellent. So everyone is off the field except for Liv. And we could swap. And that puts Liv in the middle. Jen to take cover. Zahn to 3-bolt burst. And that's going to be a push on Doll. But Doll is more stable, is that right? Oh, nope, that was not Doll. That was a swap with Jen. If we foresee, they're still alive. I don't know, I might take that. This is tough. She's actually getting aggressive now, right? So, if we swap with Banks, Banks can lay down the resurrect. We'll bring up Rion. Rion's back on up. With Rion, he can Rabid Bite the tracker. We'll get up. We don't have any more death doors. The only way I can really think of doing damage is to predictable something and then move Liv around. That's the only way I've consistently thought about doing that. When it comes with transference, there's that as well, because she's definitely going to hit one of us. Spore Bomb, when they're close together, Spore Bomb deals some damage, whether she swaps or not. And then use swap to cause damage to Liv. Use swap to cause damage to Liv. I mean... How? How? I mean, we could swap with Jen, she won't switch. We swap with Liv, and she's gonna swap with Jen. Jen's now over there. I'm kind of thinking, like, if the last of Jen's pings can actually push Liv off, that would be great. I don't know if that's gonna happen. If we get on through and sedative cocktail, that will definitely hit Liv. That makes her easier to push, right? So if we then get Jen and we chain bolt and we target Banks, which will just push Banks but not kill her, and then we come on through and ding Doll and then hit Liv. Oh, we pushed her off. Oh, high five. There we go. Excellent. It's not quite how I envisioned it, but thank God. That was tough. Command, Kennedy is down. Repeat, Kennedy is down. Requesting immediate evacuation. Oh my gosh, did we actually? Oh, wow. Holy, we actually did it. I kinda need a year off after that. Oh, did she just resurrect Liv? Tessa, what the hell? That's what I came here to do. I was crystal clear on that. You have to bring her back. Why? Oh, she killed her. She attacked Medeal. She needs to face trial here. She attacked me first, and I don't have that kind of time. I don't know if I've got months or days, but I need to see this through before I go. I didn't know that. I'm sorry. But Kennedy and Reactor raided our country like it was a backstreet liquor store. The world needs to see that it's not. A body with a foreign bullet in its head does not help us with that. A Medeilan trial does. Rion? Torn, mate. Can't say I didn't get a kick out of that, but I know my element and it ain't politics. Giving a new look on me, inclined to believe moss knows her onions. Look, we're not Liv. None of us are going to force you to use your craft, even if we thought we could. I could. Thanks, Rion. Well-judged interruption. He could not. All right, well, I would. All right, that's it. You all miss out on my big ethics speech. Enjoy navigating this with the super healthy moral compasses I know you all have. It's on you, Dessa. What's it gonna be? She stays in the dirt. It's the only way to be sure. Fine, I'll bring her back, but if she kills you all, you're staying dead. I need to brood on this for 58 minutes, but I guess I won't come back madder than I am. She stays in the dirt. It's the only way to be sure. I mean, honestly, I think that's probably what she would have said. This'll do some damage. I won't lie. But your help just won us the biggest victory of my lifetime. I won't poison it with infighting. I'll talk to Control. They may see a way to twist the narrative that still grants us some legitimacy. I hope you can twist your own. I feel like I chose like the wrong ending or something, but I don't know. So obviously we're not done yet, which... Oh, we are done. Oh my gosh, I had no idea. Holy crap. Just got word from our airport detachment. They've got Reactor on the run. Word's spreading. They won't believe it yet. But once we get the footage out and the inspector's in, the heat's gonna bleed off. So, thank you, all. We don't know what today cost us. Not yet. But I know what we gained. We broke a chokehold that's ravaged my country for... Her voice catches, and she takes a second. We took a target off our back that would have doomed us to a lifetime of wars we could not win. And we killed a new kind of monster before it became unkillable. An army that could have put global military supremacy in the hands of a sociopathic billionaire. Off Jen's look. A worse one. So thanks. I know each of you have been through the ringer lately, and you still made space for the right cause when you saw it. I respect that like nothing else. No one more than you, doll. Most people cannot conceive of what it would take to step back from a fight like yours just to take on a second one. I'm one of the few who can, and I don't know how you did it. Medeal's got some tough years ahead yet, but I promise you, I'll use every ounce of my new clout to make sure we have your backs. We will take it. Anytime you can spare it. Our brass will talk, but let's keep in touch too. Trust moves mountains while rank talks roots. And Rion, just by bringing us together, you've done enough for Medeal to make up for a lifetime of I sense not really giving up. Spot on. I know you'll never be our soldier, but if we can count on you as a friend, I will sleep just fine. Jen, take this how you will, but you're the first person I've met who I'd trust to both write my eulogy and solve my murder. Wow. And if you ever fully realize how powerful you are, I hope you're still on our side. Zan smiles at something. Zan, you fill me with a horrible feeling I might not be doing enough to support and empower my people, and I mean that in the best way. Well, damn. And Banks, I don't know what you wrestled with today, but I know it must be dark to trouble someone with the mental steel I sense in you. I imagine you carry a lot that people do not see. I hope it gets lighter. Banks lifts her head in a way that could mean anything. Can I just jump in here? Please. I just want to acknowledge that we blundered into Medeal with no plan beyond get live, and you very much took it from there. Of all the nations, factions, and Tier 1 casters Liv crossed, nothing could stop her till she picked a fight with Medeal. I think you had a lot to do with that. Moss laughs. That's a wildly generous way to look at it. But I've learned not to fight back when you're being complimented. Right. Look, I imagine you're all wanted in your various countries. Oh, hugely. Death penalty in 4 nations and counting. Well, I think I can speak for the council when I say Medeal would love to offer you all asylum and you a pardon, Rian. And if your home countries come calling, they will find a brick wall where our extradition treaties would be. Really appreciate it, but please don't start a war over us for at least another couple of years. Hey, if it comes to it, I'm in the market for a new moonshot. Oh my god, we did it. Wow. Holy moly. I'm really curious what would happen if you chose other endings. I don't know if there are other endings, but honestly, I dig it. Oh, look at this. Resolve Jen and Banks. What is this? Resolve? Jen, you got a minute? What's up? I love the goggles on her cat. What's your next move? Still mulling. Libely's my best bet for PI work, but I need papers. I might see if they need me here. You? I'm thinking Libely. More than thinking. I spoke to my documents guy. Of course you have a documents guy. Mafia illusionist, his watermarks are sublime. Did he sort you out? He did. He did you too? Sorry? Banks hands over a slim booklet. Dessa, this is a Libolian passport. This is citizenship. Yeah? This must have cost a fortune. Well, mine was cheap, so... How come? Oh, mine's just a visa. You're not staying? I'm staying for as long as I have. Oh my god, Dessa. Respectfully? That. Go back to your guy. Get a passport. I'll steal the money. What? That's stupid. Why? Attitude. That's like the main factor with health stuff, isn't it? No, that's comorbidity. Well, it's gotta help. I've done okay so far, and I've been thinking about death the whole time. So imagine how long you'll live with a better attitude. Oh my god, I've made a huge mistake. Only because I'm gonna be insufferable about it. Oh, this is awesome. I need to think about this by obsessively making and rereading notes. Okay. So what's up with this? So we got Jen. Okay. Search and rescue. Reactor's failed invasion of Medeal left a trail of chaos. The casualties are just estimates. Many Medealans are just unaccounted for. I might see if Moss thinks the militia could use my tracking skills in finding those who are still missing. It would be grim work, not a lot of happy endings, but if I can be of use. Oh, there we go. Or, with the new identity Banks gave me, I'm wondering about setting up a private investigation agency in Libely. Alright, it's time to decide. Oh, she has to choose? Start my own agency or help out Medeal. Oh my gosh. Well... ooh, I mean, if she did the investigation, she could help out Medeal at the same time. I guess I'll choose help out Medeal. I had no idea. Alright. Well, Medeal could probably use a good tracker. Oh, you get to choose their end? No way. What about you, Dessa? Wait, did you edit one of mine? The only case I ever saw you crack, your quarry was dead before you got there. I could help with that. Well, because you killed him, we can bicker about technicalities once we've agreed on my hourly rate. This is going to be a train wreck. Death Care Incorporated. Always had this plan to fleece billionaires for emergency healthcare. Just a contract that says I'll show up and res them if they get taken out. The hard part was proving my power without getting kidnapped. After the Medeal fiasco, though, the right people probably know what I can do. So she can either, let's see, start my own agency, join Jen's agency. Well, I didn't start my own agency. If we go start my own agency, and we join Jen's agency, you're gonna need help with all the bodies. So you get to choose for them, resolve what's gonna happen at the end. That's so crazy. They either go their separate ways, which is totally behind my face. Can I move this? Here we go. They either go their separate ways, start a business like this, and help out Medeal, or they work together. I like the idea they're working together, so we'll go with that. Yeah, there we go. Excellent. Okay. Jen and Banks result. Oh, that's so cool. Banks and Kellen investigations was a disaster at first, but after a few months of bickering, they found their groove and even turned a profit. We find missing persons, pets, celebrities, and return them alive, dead, forcibly, even if they are untraceable by normal means. If we do bring your loved ones back, it requires a definition of Doll and Rion. Ooh, wow. This is such a cool way to do the ending. So, back to Kelan. Of course. Same old? Maybe not. Command want me in on strategic meetings now, but it might just be PR fluff. You don't strike me as the type to step back either way. Fair read, but there's a doll you never met. She gets a say. You? Dunno, might deep six that reactor guy just for craps and giggles. Gadden, the CEO. Yeah, you want to stretch my legs a bit, take on a challenge, work my way again? If it is a challenge you want, I know a place where the churches are forts, and the clergy all carry. Not short of high-value targets there. How's the pay? Oh, this... Okay, this is so cool. Guess I've got two options. Okay, so what Jita would have wanted. I hear Jita's voice clearer than ever these days, and he is telling me I've risked enough. The Medeal job gave me enough clout to go into command if I want it, but is that where I'll move the needle? Okay, and we've got the front lines where I hit hardest. I learned more in Medeal than I thought I ever could. Maybe I take these skills to the streets and hit the chapel like they've never been hit before. Well, I would imagine she would lead the charge. I can't step back now. Just one last push while the engine is hot. And we've got Kennedy got hers, but Reactor ain't off my crap list yet. Even if Liv cooked up the worst of their crap storm, the buck still stops with Gadden. Kennedy had space-time bent around her carbon fiber wand. Gadden's got an overpriced suit and liver disease. Piece of crap. And then we've got the first chaplain, the chapel's premier scumbag. I won't lie. Doll's got my interest piqued about chapel targets. The first chaplain's top of the food chain, untouchable, locked away in some deep dark vault. Never could resist the challenge. Well, I mean, honestly, I like the idea that everyone's kind of working in tandem, right? We've got the CEO himself to take out Reactor. I mean, and we've got the chapel. If we went chaplain sounds like a tough nut to crack. Can't resist it. Let's go for it. Let's do it. Doll Sabin returned to the front lines with a vengeance. She was there to see the chapel's resolve finally buckle with her own eyes. Return of an icon. The rebel riot priest whose identity has never been officially confirmed made a spectacular return to the fray. Rion joined Doll in a return to Kelan, then vanished without a word. The first chaplain was never seen again. Just after agreeing to allow foreign press to interview First Chaplain Richter, the chapel press office rescinded the invitation and canceled all chaplain forthcoming public appearances. Oh my god. And then we've got Zahn by himself. This is it. Where I saw it. This was 3 meters taller. Tons of concrete. 1,000 names on each side. And in the vision I could feel I'd done nothing. That was how I knew it would be you. The only reason I'd ever feel like I could have stopped the war, if you started it. Because, he laughs, I thought you'd listen to me. 132 names on this plaque. I read them all. Those ones are yours, some more besides. The kid on the boat, he's still mine. I mean, letting you down, that's still mine. But I know it didn't drive you to this. So I'm adding one more to your list. Medeal doesn't want you on here, and I don't blame him. Your dog tags are the best I can do. But they go on your list, not mine. I'll carry the kid and I'll carry every awful thing you and I did. But I can't carry you anymore. You put yourself here. Lavina and Kennedy, you were extraordinary. And that was a terrible thing for all of us. The dog tags were blown off of the memorial. I keep picturing that maybe she's just gonna come back and pick him up or something. Oh, nice. Well, I guess it's just me left. I think I might just be done. I made what peace I can with the Jadasa snafu, but I can't lead a unit again and I'm just tired. My brain's been processing 2 or more realities for most of a 30-year career, and I'm only just starting to learn how many circuits that's fried. I could find a nice little place in backcountry Libely, maybe move Ma somewhere close and just find something simple to focus on. Bread's good. Like a big bread. I agree, bread's awesome. Tactical consultant to the Kailani Resistance. The Resistance is light on military experience, and that's kind of the one thing I got in spades. I don't have it in me to fight another war, but Dahl says command could use me as a consultant, planning ops like the civil tongue hit I advised on. I don't know, I kind of like the fact he would retire. Bread? Bread. Guess that's everyone. One last look before we all split. Zan Vesker found a nice place in the North Country. His ma says his bread is the best she's ever tasted. Ma! He looks so determined. It's awesome. And what a loaf of bread. Looks like it's straight out of the bread maker. Anybody remember that old... Oh my god, we get to do the... Wow. Anyone remember the old bread maker machine? Those things were crazy. They were not the best bread, but, you know, it was something. It was fun. Of course, once I realized Kennedy's plan, I knew I had to play along until I was in a position to sabotage it. By this point, I had her wrapped around my little finger. So I manipulated her into posting me to guard the vault. I know, a waste of my combat talents, right? But what you're missing, and she missed it too, is I was positioning myself to help you guys destroy the mana when the time came. That was when I had the idea to use breach glyphs to drop the vault stash down to the mines and to mind control our pyromancer, who worshipped me anyway. Does he know we can't hear him? I'm not sure he's even noticed I left the room. He's been at it for like 20 minutes. What did you even ask him? I asked him for his name. Oh my god. Poor guy. Nobody likes Steve, except for Steve. Thanks so much for playing. This game took us an unspeakably long time to make, but we put a ton of love and hope and care and joy into it, and we hope some of that reached you. We're so happy you liked it. John Roberts made this, and Tom couldn't find a way to make it canon, but loved it too much not to use it, so here it is. Tactical Breach Wizards. Oh, that's amazing. Move on, a new mission unlocked. What new mission? There's another one? Like... Oh, we unlock all the survival challenges? That's crazy. I'm guessing, yeah, we're all max level, so you can just, like, refund points and everything, and then reapply them. Apparently, we've got all this unread here, but I'm pretty sure it's just the same info. Maybe there's some new stuff. And we got all the new dream missions. Medill's Proving Ground, Kalon Proving Ground, Libely Proving Ground, and Rushwater Proving Ground. So all of the main areas out there. And then we've got points to spend if we want to. That's not too shabby at all. Bunnies, thanks so much for hanging out with me through Tactical Breach Wizards. This game is well beyond my expectation, like seriously beyond my expectation. The writing is clever. I love the way that they did the reveals by using the UI. I love the way they actually integrate you as a player into choosing the endings that you wanted. I obviously haven't gone through all of them, but that would be quite a kicker, I think, to check that out. And overall, it just played so cleanly, so quickly. Performance was phenomenal. The music was great. I mean, just the atmosphere, everything. I absolutely adored this one. So if you enjoyed the series, please feel free to like, share, or comment down below. It helps us a great deal. I had a total blast. I hope you did as well. And I can't wait to get into the next one with you. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your night.